Welcome everyone, this is Andy 79Z28. I'm one of the first people. I know there's a few other people putting some videos out to get the Lee APP press, and I didn't find any issues really getting it set up. One note of information, the Lee multi-tube bullet feeder does work on it without any modifications or adjustments. Anyway, I right now have it set up for 9mm. And I did a bunch already. It goes really fast. One little tip for Ocean, you mounted your box here and the bullets go into it. A little tip, take a little plastic box like this, put it in there so you can just take the bullets out and dump them instead of having to pull the whole box out. Anyway, let's run some 9mm. Okay, that's one of the things that I've noticed. Sometimes it throws the brass. And sometimes it doesn't feed the brass. But when it works, it works. Nice and easy. This is no effort. Gotta have the tube lined up right. Makes a difference. You can see how fast this goes. I did 500 rounds last night in about 30 minutes. I don't know why that happens once in a while, but in general, it moves pretty quick. I think it has something to do with alignment of the shell, and sometimes you don't get 100% alignment to decap. At least that's what I've experienced, but most of the time it's working fine. Now I think part of the issue is some of the brass on 9mm has little rough edges. You know, from being extracted. Now one thing also you should take into a little consideration, when you turn the tube, make sure the slider is forward. If it's not forward, the brass sometimes pops and falls out. I found that out yesterday. But as you can see, it works. I don't know why I'm sticking so much today. I'll have to look into that. I didn't have this problem really yesterday. As you can see, I'm getting quite a few pieces of brass sticking. Gotta love live videos when things don't work as they did before you went live. Okay. I don't understand what's happening today. Didn't have this problem. Alignment is off sometimes. I gotta find out what's touching. Again, I did not have this problem yesterday at all. I don't know. Gotta be something with the case itself. How I got a case that won't even come out now. This case must have a burr on it. Great. You're doing a live video and things gotta go wrong, right? Okay, I don't know. See, I don't know what's causing this now. It's not wanting to come fully out. But all in all, when it is working, there might be some dirt in it. Okay. What I like about this is when you can just drop the brass out real quick. Now let's see what we got here. looks like I'm having some kind of issue. I didn't have this issue yesterday at all. Okay. As you can see, it's real easy. Okay, I'm out of bullets. Put the case. Does throw them once in a while. I gotta find out why I'm having that issue with it sticking. Let's take a little air in here. Maybe there's something just stuck. Nice having air. Okay, wait a minute. Maybe I didn't have that in all the way. Okay, maybe that's what it was. My bottom piece, it just kind of screws in there. It's a quick connect. Okay. Again, I didn't have this issue yesterday, so I don't know what's really happening right now. I don't know why. I'm just going to get through this part of the tube. And then I'm going to wipe it down with a little alcohol and see what happens. Maybe I got some dirt on the slide. Okay. As you can see, when it works, it actually goes very fast. I don't know why. Let's see. We'll do this. Get a little cloth here. Gotta love live videos, people. Gotta love it. Okay. Carb cleaner on here. Let's wipe this down. And let's wipe this down a little bit. There's a little screw under here on the bottom that's used to change the fingers. It might be up a little bit. That's yeah, I think it was loose. Okay. Now when I got mine, these nuts here, they were like almost falling off. They are lock nuts, but they weren't on all the way. I tightened it up so they're still turnable. Both bolts are turnable. So check that on your press to make sure you don't have a loose linkage there. Okay. This is cleaned up now. Let's spray a little bit of this in here. A little bit of air. Live video, you gotta love them. Things don't go right when you're on live video. Okay, let's hook this back up. Okay, let's go. And you can see how fast it went. I mean, these hold like 30-something. Now it throws it. Great. I don't understand. I didn't have this problem yesterday, not whatsoever. Something has got to be rubbing. Yeah, I don't know what's happening here. We're gonna pause. Well, I'm not gonna pause the video, but I'm going to stop the video. Take this apart. Let's see if there's anything. Right shell holder. Just took the shell holder back in. Back up, make a nice missed. Line the shell holder up. Okay, maybe that wasn't in correctly. There we go. As you can see, there you go. Every press, I don't care if what press you have, whether it be you blue Kool-Aid guys out there with the Dillons or the cheap little Lee single stage presses, they all have quirks. So now you can see, there it goes. It was what I call an ID10T error. User malfunction. Okay, I'm just showing you I'm going to move the camera up a little bit just to show you I have the Lee correlator on here. And I have the washer trick inside the center with a screw holding it in, so that helps the cases to fall in, not fall in upside down, and it works 99%. All right, we're going to flip this down a little bit here again, and we're going to come back over to the press. We've got a full arsenal of brass. Okay, that's what was wrong, is I did not have the breech lock bushing in here 100% correct, and it probably was a little bit off, too low maybe, and there you go. Now I have not run into an issue as far as a raised primer in my pistols, which Julio talked about on rifle. So far, I mean, these go right through. Whoops, see, now that's a problem. Look, got the tight one. And 9mm kind of goes pretty easy. All right, I got this once. Got to be one case in here that's causing me an issue. This, turn that, okay. And you can see, it goes pretty easy. Now I do, like I said, I like to empty this, just so if you get one that goes flying or something, you don't have to go through 500 of them to find out which one can get decapped. You can see this is live now. We're going how fast we're going. If you run into resistance, stop. Sometimes it doesn't 100% center. Didn't go in all the way. And you really, if you go, I guess if you're going a little too fast, it will not do a lineup, so I'm going to slow it down a little bit. And as you can see, this is working fine. Okay, there you go, guys. Nice and steady does it. That aligned. Okay. again, make sure the case feeder is forward when you drop the next set of tubes. It does seem to make a difference, because if it falls straight down, sometimes it shoots out. Like that one just shot out. That one shot out. The case, the shell holder, if it's not straight, it will also cause issues, and it can loosen. Those of you that know, using those single stage presses and stuff, that it turns by itself. So I'm assuming that this will probably do the same thing. It's still much faster than using a single stage press, and I have all my presses, my single stage presses, even my American, the Lyman American 8, I have a case kicker I made for all of them, and you still got to manually put the bullet in, the case into the shell holder. So that is where, your issues will lie. Okay, done. Now let's see this one. Okay, now it went down. There might be some dirt in the tube. You can see I just did 4 tubes. That's like 100 and I don't even know how many it holds. 150 of them at a time. Okay. And I'm going to put these back in. This is just to show you how fast it goes. It doesn't take that long to load up the tube with this thing. It's a tight case correlator. Come on, baby. Only 2 more to go. Fill them up. Fill them up. Fill them up. Alright, back in business, and boom. Again, alignment issue, okay? User malfunction, as I call it, ID10T error. Being in the IT world for a good 20 years, I'm no longer really in IT, but for 20 years, you come up with these expressions, that are out there, jokes. Okay, you can see it's flawlessly working. Okay, again, I never really counted how many of these fit in the tube. Okay, so I don't know. It says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. They're like 25 in a tube. Okay, so you can see how fast this goes. Oh, slow down. Now let's empty this so we don't. Okay, put this back in here. So this little trick. Got those plastic bins at the dollar store, the Dollar Tree or whatever. There's so many different dollar stores, and it's just a little thing that I do on all my presses, where my collection box is. Again, look how fast. Look how this is effortlessly. I know, it's live video, and I'm doing the whole tube, so I'm showing you how long it took me to do 100, because that's how many fit in here, roughly 100. Okay, last one, turn the tube, make sure it's right, empty my work, put this back. It's one of those that fire out once in a while. That one got in there upside down. It happens. Let's put a few, fill this back up. Put the last of it in there. So every once in a while you get a flyer. Like Uncle Jim. Every now and then he gets a flyer. Yeah, frequent flyer miles. There's another one. There you go. Okay, but you're watching live. Okay, this is what happens. Anybody that makes live videos, they know that this is what happens. I mean, I bought this deluxe kit from Titan, and I'll tell you what, I've been on the phone a few times with Mike from Titan, and they really seem to be good people. I mean, the owner of the company picks up the phone, okay, not somebody that just works there, the owner, and very pleasant to talk to, knew my order. He says I was just looking through all the orders and looking what else I needed to order for people, and he remembered my order and took care of business. Now they did do something on the Swage kit. It used to be 2 items you had to order, all right, to get the Swage kit. They've upgraded now to 1 part number, okay, which includes everything in the kit. And I'm not sure if they physically changed anything. I just think they decided to make sure that when you bought the kit, you got all the things you needed. Because if you didn't buy the secondary thing, when you got the kit, you would be disappointed. So I think that's pretty much why they updated the kit. I don't think they changed anything. All right, we're almost through another 100 rounds of brass. Now, how long did that take me? I mean, this video is not very long at the moment. Okay, and you can see how simple this is. Again, it has a quirk once in a while, and you don't really know if it's a quirk. Maybe the primer pocket hole isn't exactly scented, but you can see, and you can feel, because the leverage that this thing applies, you don't really feel it in your hand so much, but when something is not right, you actually do feel it. All right, so that's I don't know how many are in here, but we just did 2 bowls of it. That's 200 rounds. Now this catch can, I'm going to take this off so you can see it better. Let me see if I'm down low enough. Come down a little more. Okay. Here is a powder bottle. Okay. You unscrew it. There's your primers, and it does definitely gets dirty. Water now. That's my primer, junk primer thing. I get money from the scrap yards. Now, here is your powder bottle. The problem you have, you can see the press mounts to the edge of the bench. You can't get this in here. There's not enough room. Okay, so either I'm going to come up possibly with an adapter to screw into here and screw onto here somehow. I haven't come up with the idea yet. I have to see what's available. But the thread is the same. The only thing I'm thinking of, there might be some things out there for babies, like baby bottles, you know, with the nipple on it, for the baby formula bottles. That's a suggestion, an idea I have, but I haven't, you know, gone to any stores to look for that yet. All right, but I think that might be a possibility. You have to pick up those baby bottles for milk and stuff. And all right, this is going to end video 1. I'm going to switch over to press and try some 3006 brass next. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes and catch you on the next trip.